Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Looks like we're back. Right, so I disabled that. And this is the default setting, by the way. This is the default setting. In 2024! In 2024! When you have laptops with 16 gigabytes of RAM and Ryzen 7. The fuck? Bruh. You think I'm using like some sort of a 10 years old laptop? Who do you think I am? Anyway. So what should we do actually? What should we do? Nothing really comes to my mind. Maybe we can try to... I don't have Suwon on this machine, honestly. I really don't have Suwon. Maybe one of the things we can do super quick is to build Suwon, right? So let's actually go there. So Tsujin, Suwon. And see what needs to be done. All right. So let's go. Do I have TeamUX? I don't even have a TeamUX, bruv. God fucking damn it. How is it even possible to use this machine? Let's install TeamUX super quick. There we go. And I also don't have a config in here. So maybe config is something that we need to first bring in. Okay, so let's actually go to my dot files. And on top of that, I will probably show you how I use my dot files, right? Because it has a built-in sort of like a Symlink manager. I know that it is super trendy today to use something like a GNU Stow, right? So, but I actually developed that system before I knew about the GNU Stow, right? So I kind of developed my own custom version of GNU Stow in Bash specifically. My glasses are super dirty right now, I'm sorry. Can't see shit in this fucking mist, mate. Right, so, and let's actually take a look at that. So this is the dot files if anyone is interested. Isn't so like 30 years old? I'm also 30 years old and I didn't have a laptop until I was 16. This cut me some slack, okay? Was born in a provincial Russia in 90s, in a poor family of plant worker and, you know, cashier. So, like, I just realized, like, I don't have anyone with scientific, technical, or computer background in my entire family. My entire family, like, everyone is just, like, a plant workers. It's fucking insane. It's just, like, why? It's like I was not raised in this, like, a highly intellectual environment. It's just, like, a, you know, proletarian environment. So, anyway. Not to say that my parents are stupid. They're actually very smart. It's just like... It is what it is. It's different career choices. What do you think of your career choices? That's a good question, actually. My original career, like as I envisioned it before I got a computer, I wanted to be a musician, right? So I actually played clarinet in orchestra, right? So, and then I got a computer, and then I realized, holy shit, fuck that music, and I became a programmer. And as I went in the industry, I realized that in the industry nobody gives a shit about programming, really. Everybody just only cares about exploiting the users of the computers, right? So here's the thing that I like to say recently is the computer industry doesn't give a shit about computers. It only cares about exploiting computer users, right? And that kind of turned me off, and that's why I became recreation programming streamer. And the more I do recreation programming streams, the more I kind of get disappointed with the streaming industry as well, because the streaming industry, like, it's basically being a salesman, right? So the primary goal is to sell merch, sell the subscriptions, always sell something. The fact that you're doing your hobby and making money out of your hobby, like your hobby is kind of a secondary. It's a tool for selling shit. Sell. And I kind of also got disappointed. So any kind of career choice I make, at the end of the day, I get disappointed with that career choice. So what I'm thinking, maybe I should stop making career choices, because I always get fucking disappointed with them. Like, it's just like, is there any career path worth pursuing? For a person who wants to make the world a better place, my monitor just died for a second, and I fucking know why. Maybe because you guys subscribe, but thank you for the subscriptions. You see, I'm succeeded. I'm successfully sold a couple of subs, even though I don't get any money from that. But I mean, so yeah. Just told my story. Just told my sad story. People, you know, felt sympathy, and they give me money. So that's how it works. I'm joking, by the way. So thank you so much for the subs. Thank you. Oh, we're having a sub mode. That's why people are subscribing, not because I told the story. Yeah, okay. So thank you so much for all the subs. Shaka rule, shaka rule. So yeah, no i3 anymore. Actually, I kind of got used to i3. I want to bring it back. So maybe this is something I should do. I wonder, launch new instance. Okay, so this is the new instance. And I have too many things in here. Can I just like install i3? Dex. Where? Oh, I can't see. This is actually inconvenient. Bro, what is this design of the application? Okay, so to zoom in, I must scroll, but scroll actually slips through to the next application. Look, I'm scrolling and zooming, and it also scrolls the application. Bro, Boomer is much better than this. I just realized. I haven't realized how much more convenient Boomer is. Maybe I should actually switch back to Boomer and switch back to, you know, to i3. So, yeah. Classic. It's not even that hard. While I'm holding Alt, just don't propagate scroll to the application. If it's possible at all, just don't propagate it there. It's like, because there's no any point in doing that. Right. So 180p sorting. Well, I mean, wasn't I always 180p? I think I was, actually. Anyways, so let me see. How loaded the computer right now is. I have 16 cores, right? So it's including hyper-threading and shit like that. Look at that stuff. It's barely doing anything. I can play games on this laptop and stream. Like, bro, what the fuck is this shit? That is insane. By the way, this you know, process manager is called BTOP. So it's called BTOP. You can Google it up. You can install it. It's actually pretty cool. Can you run Snake Giant? That's a good question, actually. I have no idea. I think they recently removed Snake from the thing, so I don't freaking know. But I need to check it out. So let me SSH into my older laptop and see if I have any GIs in there. So what's the latest GI I have? So I think I have beta. Yeah, I have this kind of GI. So just a sec. I'm gonna open mousepad. So, that's bizarre. This is the kind of GI I have. 91. Do we have any professional GI developers? Is that the latest GI? It's probably, I could not be bothered to download the latest one right now, so it's probably not the latest one. But do we really need the latest one? Do we really need the latest one? I actually don't think so. So let me create OP2 folder, and within the OP2 folder we can try to do SCP. So you're 2 versions behind. Okay, it's not that bad then. So at Rexim B 590, at home OPT, get this thing and bring it here. Oh, it's not, no such file or directory. Because I forgot to put colon in here. There we go. So I have my old laptop opened in here, and I'm just downloading this thing over local network, which is freaking slow for some reason. I don't know why this is so slow right now. Maybe it's just congested while I'm streaming or something, like, I don't know. But the laptop is actually connected over Wi-Fi, right? So, and the streaming laptop is connected over Yeah, so the router is busy like routing stream packages. That's probably what's going on. But like, man, really? Over a local network? That's bizarre. I can't believe that. I can't believe you've done this. Oh, this is actually kind of convenient. Like in XFCE, you have tabs in here grouped, right? And then you have a variant to launch a new instance of the same app. This is actually kind of convenient. I really like that. Linux bad. Yeah, exactly. Linux is fucking bad, mate. Linux is fucking bad. Can I actually do some interesting scheiße like always on top? How about that? That's actually pretty cool. So now you guys are always on top. So yeah, that's pretty convenient. Even if I just go here, it is always on top. Damn, bro, that's so convenient. I can actually do that for my other things. Yeah. All right. So I can keep you in here. We're not doing anything serious right now, so it's totally fun for you to distract me and, you know, as usual. All right, so this is, while we're downloading, I can actually create a new tab, and maybe I'm gonna go to, I don't even have a programming folder, look at that. Oh, it's basically, I was experimenting with like recording myself, right? So, but I'm not gonna show you because it was naked there. So let's create programming, and let's go in here. So I think I'm gonna create like a make dir rexim, and let's do git clone. I didn't even have a git, bro. Imagine a dev machine where you don't have git. Right, where are you? This is a good question. Like, where is that? Search RZFK. I think Debian just doesn't have RZFK. Or maybe it's in non-free. Like, is the reason why Debian doesn't have RZFK in the repos is because it's non-free? I can imagine seeing non-tiling VM on those instruments. I'm sorry, like I'm gonna switch to tiling 1, you know, later. You know, I'm gonna just install i3 right now, so I'm gonna set it up later. Right, there we go. So, and also just install git. There we go. So now we have git. Hopefully. So git clone, and I'm gonna just clone the repo. Right. Install Fossil. I have no idea how to use Fossil, honestly. Right, so... Wait, why? Okay, bruh. I copy this shit to the clipboard. Okay, then I press Shift Insert, and it just like... Freaking clipboard on Linux are insufferable. I swear to God, they're absolutely fucking insufferable. How people even use this operating system, I have no idea. It's so fucking bad. It is so fucking bad. Right, so, and we have to agree, right, so because it's a permission. Yeah, I don't have my SSH key added to the thing yet. Man, like, setting up new, like, laptop environment, dev environment is such a usually pain in the ass, right, to the point that I sometimes just, like, don't want to do that, right, so, but I mean, like, it's a lot of small little things that you always forget you have to do, and it's just like, Anyway, so let's do HTTPS. Right, so I'm gonna go in here. Anyways, so what I wanted to tell you, do I have Vim? I even have Vim, look at that. So, what I wanted to tell you, I have a deploy sh, right? So deploy sh. And it's a very simple thing, which basically calls deploy manifest command on a file. And the manifest is this kind of file. So essentially it's a bar separated file. It's just a bar separated file. The first thing is the file within the repo, right? Then the operation you have to perform on this file, which is symlink, and the third one is the destination relative to home, right? So what this entire thing does, it symlinks .emacs to just home. Right, and the reason why I have a third field is because maybe you want to like symlink a specific file within some folder deeper there, right? And also it supports comments and stuff like that. You can comment out certain things and it will just work, right? Is this no stove? You can call it like that, I suppose. You can kind of call it like that. So here I probably want to symlink these kind of things. I don't remember. This is like an old shit that I probably don't use anymore. Right, and I also have a specific thing for Linux, right? So X resources, I'm not sure if I want to do that. So TeamUX, I definitely want. VMRC, definitely want. i3, I definitely want. A screen layout, I'm not sure if I want it right now. GHCI, this is a very old config. It comes from the times when I was programming in Haskell unironically. I don't do that anymore. I only program in Haskell unironically these days. So, and I have some other additional stuff. Maybe I'm not sure if I need any of these things, right? So we can comment them out. Right, so, and essentially if I do something like this, as you can see, it simply symlinked all of them, right? So I think something got fucked up. It didn't ignore. The funniest shit is that, like, why did it just work? Like, I tested it on my other machine, it worked. Something is different with this environment or this shell or something, I don't fucking know. Wait a second, what's the shell in here? The shell is, it's bash though, it's bash, so it should be fine. Ooh. Why did it? That is, okay, so let me take a look at what happened in here. Okay, that's that is so fucking funny, look at that. This is so freaking funny, and it just like like why it didn't. There must be some differences between bash versions or something like that, because it worked on my other machine where I developed this kind of thing. I should probably not use bash for this thing. All right. So developing anything serious in bash in shell is just like it's a huge mistake you can make in your life. So luckily they all start with just this stupid hash, right? So which means that we can probably just do something like this. Right, so yeah. Except, what the fuck is that? So yeah, that's really bizarre. Can I just, no, you can't do that. But if I do, maybe I can just escape this specific thing. I'm not sure about this stuff. What the fuck is xt and why is it? So is this something? Wait. Why it goes deep inside? I don't understand. Is that? That's what she said. Okay, so one thing we can do, we can try to just remove these things. Okay, some of them are directory, right? Some of them are directory, which is understandable. All right, so this is that. Yeah, and has this kind of shit. Okay, so we can probably remove these directories as well. I want to do it like this, and yeah. Okay, so I think we saved the situation. So is okay, so Jai is fine, finally. All right, so I'm gonna unzip Jai. I'm gonna quickly unzip Jai. Still taking some time to unzip Jai. All right, and in here, if I go here, so, and I have a Jai Linux. You provide no argument. Okay, so at least it works, right? So at least it works. So one of the things I probably want to do, I want to maybe go to bash rc, right? So maybe not even bash rc, but maybe, what is the other one profile, right? Maybe let's go to bash rc. So, and let's just do path equal to home opt Jai. What is that exactly? Yeah, lsl opt. Yeah, just Jai bin. Right, and of course, let's not forget to actually bring path back. Do you have to add expert in here? Does anybody know? I don't freaking remember. Do you have to add expert? Maybe you don't. 100% guarantee your Emacs config will break on you. Of course! Of course, like I mean, that's the experience is not full without that. So I have to do expert. Okay, so people say I have to do expert. Okay, so and now if I do Jai Linux, look at that. It also has Jai Mac OS. Right, so I can't run Jai Mac OS on my Linux machine, unfortunately. Even though I can run Swift on my machine, I can't run Jai. So let's actually go into the Jai thing. So let's take a look at some of the examples. Right, so what kind of examples do we have in here? So there was a snake somewhere there, right? So snake. There's no snake anymore. I think they deleted it actually. So, or is it called something else? I don't know. I think it's just called something else. They deleted it to over 2 years. Why? Why they deleted it though? Why did they delete it though? John said it was bad. Invaders. Okay, let's actually invade the folder. Okay, Jai Linux. Jai Linux first. Boom. Do I even... Bro! Like, here's the interesting thing. I think Linux has fallen. I unironically think Linux has fallen. Because you have a fresh install of Linux, you don't have a C compiler. But guess what the fuck you have? What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this motherfucker? Is this a Python operating system or something? I'm telling you, bro. Linux has fallen. It fucking completely soyed all over the place. No C compiler by default, but freaking soy Python. It's fucking crazy. Okay, so let's actually install GCC or something. I don't fucking know. Install GCC. Holy fuck. Build essential. Well, I mean, I suppose it will install build essential automatically, maybe. But whatever. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so let's actually try to. Where is my Jai Linux? Okay. Okay, we're almost there. So, what do I need to install for OpenGL? Does anybody know? So X11, libx11 dev, right? So no, it's this one. Oh, okay, let's go. Build essential. I don't want to install build essential. Why? Like it already works without build essential. What's up with all the build essential people? Okay, so what about libgl? Maybe I have to install Mesa. Libgl. So let's just install Mesa and see what's gonna happen. Libmesa. Libmesa dev. Okay. Pacman S-base devil. Yeah. So it's kind of funny how after apt search you have to do grep after that. Because he was like, bruh, who developed apt search? Can anybody fucking tell me who developed apt search? Like, it's like for real. It's just like, it's fucking embarrassing. Does it support at least regular expressions? Can I say, okay, so the thing, oh, it supports regular expressions, but not really. Right, because it's still picked up on Pike for whatever fucking reason. Because I suppose the description starts with Mesa. Right, so because that's why. So libglu Mesa command dev. Alright, so apt install. Mesa is the driver side of things though. I don't think it comes with the client libraries. So you probably need to install libgl. Okay, so let's install libgl. I don't know anything about this kind of shit, so I'm sorry. So let's search for this kind of stuff. Right, I'm not a programmer. I'm not actually a programmer. Oh yeah, there is a libgl dev. Vendor neutral GL dispatch library or something. Okay, so let's install that shit. Libgl dev. Let's go. Boom. Cool. So does it mean we can just do this shit? Bro, and we didn't even have to install build essentials. All of the build essentials people in the chat, got you. Fucking got you. Just needed to install GCC. I didn't have to listen to you. I didn't have to fucking listen to you. I'm just joking. Thank you everyone for the subs, by the way. Thank you. An essential you build, yeah. Anyway, so it built something. Invaders. Okay, let's go. How do I shoot? Space. Oh, it's shift. Okay, so let me actually make it not that loud. What the fuck is this error codes and shit? I'm sorry if you jumped. Just a sec. It's a gaming stream now. The contrast is horrible. I cannot see shit. I don't like color scheme. Okay. But I mean, the game is probably unfinished, so that's probably why. So yeah, we can do invaders, as you can see. Bro, isn't it cool how I just like took Jai compiler, right? Just unpacked it and it just worked. I only had to install the necessary dependency library. Isn't it fucking cool? When you just like download the thing and it just fucking works. Isn't it cool? I think it's kind of cool. Anyways, so what else do we have? There is a skeletal animation. All right. Jai Linux. First Jai compiling. Okay, so we built something apparently. So there's a bean in here. Anim. Ooh, he's running. Look at him. Look at him go. Look at him go. So that's pretty cool. Okay, can I rotate him at least? Animation speed. Brrr. So linear interpolation nearest. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay. Anyways, so let's actually try to figure out what the fuck was with my, with my deploy and config deployment. All right, so Jai works, as you can see. Thank you so much. So let's take a look at the dot files and shit. And why is it not within the rexim? It actually is supposed to be within the rexim. Right, so let's go here and dot files. So deploy. Deploy stage. So the way it works in here, so we symlink file, and that's fine. Okay, so yeah, so here's an operation. Let's maybe disable the operation, like so, and here we just parse the components of the manifest, right? So we can take a look at some of them. So this is going to be file name. Operation, and destination. Destination. Let's go. Right, and I can try to do deploy, and it fucking prints all of them. It didn't do that on the other machine. Wait, it's inverted. Ah, fuck. All right, I thought, okay. So, yeah, I see. I'm an idiot. I'm actually... So originally... Okay, so the way it works, I recently implemented it. Originally, it was actually wrapped around this thing, but then I actually unnested it, and I forgot that unnesting is actually inverts the condition. For fuck's sake. That's what happened. That's what fucking happened. God fucking damn it, mate. God fucking damn it. Okay, so hopefully, like, let me double check. So if the destination... already symlinked, and it already exists, so that should be fine, honestly. Right, so let's go ahead and just try to do this. Boom! Everything is working correctly. So now we can do TeamUX, and TeamUX actually uses the correct things. And I can take a look at the deploy now. Yeah, it uses the correct thing. Okay, so it works now. We can take a look at how all of that stuff works. Right, so all of these things are symlinked correctly. all of these things are submitted correctly. So we get some sub. Thank you so much, Just Your Computers, with the message. Damn, your computer is now so powerful that you can play Invaders on stream. Right, you goddamn right, my friend. You know what? I think I can even play like T-Worlds or something that I couldn't do before. I'm sure. I wonder if I will leak too much. Let's not do T-Worlds right now. Right, so it's also old game. Who knows how many vulnerabilities it has or something. So, and by the way, thank you everyone who subscribed recently. Thank you for all of the subs, for all of the resubs, recommitments, and stuff like that. As Forsen says, I think he's parodying Dr. Disrespect still. Dr. Disrespect became a parody of himself anyway. So we have .files in chat. So what I want you to do, actually, meine Freunde, is to have a saloon. So needed to give money to Funny Man for new laptop. Well, I mean, thank you for giving me money. Really appreciate it. Am I really funny? Am I really funny? I don't know. Just being a clown. Maybe that's the point. Freaking. What's the key? What's the key for other clipboard? Control-Shift-V or something? Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Freaking clipboards on Linux! I swear to God, they're so goddamn annoying. It's insane. That's why nobody likes Linux, honestly. Though, in terms of clipboard, chat. In terms of clipboard, one of the biggest killer feature on Linux that I totally miss on Windows is being able to copy paste with a will, like that. Select and will. This is an absolute killer UX feature, and I don't know why more operating systems don't implement it. Imagine how money you'll get after sanctions. They are not going to be lifted. I don't believe that, actually. They won't just take it all away. Yeah, so well, I mean, yeah. I think it's just like, I don't know. I feel like Twitch will go bankrupt before they lift sanctions. So Shift-Del to cut on Linux messes me up endlessly. Yeah, exactly. It's just like it has too many clipboards. I actually disable well paste on my install. I hate it because I fat finger the wheel when I scroll. I see. Interesting. Fair, right? If it doesn't work for you, that's fair enough. It works for me though. So interestingly, these days, all of this shit is on the web, right? And because of that, when you're using a computer, you don't really notice that much difference between Windows and Linux anyway, right? You don't really notice that much difference. And the will copy paste was the only sort of like a distinguishing thing that reminded me, I'm on Windows actually, not on Linux. Right, and usually when I use a computer, it's just like I'm using a browser and a terminal and a text editor, right? So in a usually text editor and the terminal, the experience is kind of like similar in Windows and Linux. So the operating system kind of converged into a virtual machine for running a browser. So that's basically what they converged to. So maybe at some point the operating system, the browser will become an operating system, will be shipped with the kernel. Has somebody already done that? Where the operating system is just a kernel and Chromium. Isn't that Chrome OS or whatever? Right. So Chromebook. Is Chromebook basically kernel and Chrome? Right. Okay. And just use Chrome OS. Okay. But Chrome OS, what's the desktop environment in there? The desktop environment is just like basically browser. Right. So it's just that. It's a kernel, very light Debian, and then Chrome. Okay. Okay. Interesting. And actually Google Spy, well, I mean, of course, obviously it's freaking Google. All right, so let's try to build this entire thing. So this is an old project. I'm using Makefile in here. So let's see if I can just make it. Okay. So let's go ahead and just build this. I'm not installing build essentials. I'm installing Make. I tried today, so stream is over. All right. Okay, so we managed to build that. So Make, let's go. Okay, so install lib sdl2 devil, right? So not devil, devil. Is it just small? Holy shit. I should rewrite Suvun in Rayleigh. Things be like not gonna make it yet. Thank you, Emerald. I really appreciate you. Alright. The packages go brrrr, brrrr. Alright, so I didn't even have to install package config. Look at that. So it already has package config. It just built. Can your Electron applications do that? Just bring it to the new machine, just install a bunch of libraries, just build, and it just fucking works. Just fucking works, mate. Just fucking works. That's amazing. So thank you so much, Kuingere, for Twitch Prime with the message. I know you're not the biggest fan of JS, but have you ever tried Elm? Yes. I've tried Elm multiple of times. Many times. And my problem with Elm is that I try it like roughly once per 2 years. And every time I try this, it's a different fucking language. They keep fucking changing it. Like so I don't fucking know. Like they keep fucking changing it. I don't know what's up with that. We can give it a try, sure. We can give it a try. Linux Rising stream, let's go. I'm not a big fan of Rising because I kind of grew out of that phase, right? So I just like, I prefer to fucking ads. Okay. In Russian as well. Get fucking. Yeah, it's a completely different website now. I'm telling you, it's a different shit. Download the installer. Bruh, give me a fucking tarball. Stop. Like, this is the thing that I like really fucking hate about all of these languages. Stop treating me like a baby. I know how to unpack a tarball. I know how to copy files. I'm not a 2024 CS grad who doesn't know how to navigate file system. Fucking stop. And this is the reason why we even have such CS students who doesn't know how to fucking navigate the file system, is because of treatment like that. Give me a fucking tarball. Don't give me an installer. Like, imagine giving an installer to a Linux user. Not even Windows, Linux user. Oh, I'm gonna give you an installer. You just need to press next. Oh, it's easy. Fuck off. Fuck off. Okay, so let's download the installer. All right, so, okay, look at that, so for macOS installer, Windows installer, instructions. Okay. Can I actually freaking make it dark themed? Give me the dark theme, bruv. Give me the dark theme. Where is the, okay, night. Serbia. Oh, it's it's Sepia. Yeah, so it's alright, it's not Serbia. Nights. Let's go to nights. So instruction, let's take a look at the instructions. Serbia time. Serbiaism. It's Serbia time. Binary for Linux. Okay. They literally just listened to my rant and they quickly changed the website as I was ranting. I think they're watching us right now, guys. I think they're watching us. So yeah, I really appreciate that though. I really fucking appreciate that. Thank you. So let's maybe create a new terminal. So where are we gonna put all of this stuff? So let me do make probe, and I'm gonna just wget and let's go. So it's getting hot. Let me take a look at the temperature in here. So is the temperature is still rather low, 55. I have a cooling stand though, so maybe I can actually turn it on. So the fans will start working. So I don't think it's gonna be that loud. I didn't see any extra noise in a pickup audio thing, so I think everything's fine. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, so it doesn't pick it up. Okay, so that's cool. So the mic is actually rather directional, so it only picks up whatever like in front of it. So which is great, which is absolutely great. Okay, so we downloaded some Scheisse, meine Freunde, and what we're gonna be doing? Ryzen dance game mods. Okay, so tar. Oh, it's a C. Look, it's not even tar, bravo. Look at that. Look at that. It's not even tar. It's literally JZ. GZ, not JZ. GZ. I'm sorry. I'm Russian. I don't know. I don't distinguish J and G. Like it's just like it's the same shit for me. I'm sorry. All right. So we're gonna do gun zip on that. So I think it makes sense to actually rename it as they suggested in here. Just rename it to GZ and then gun zip this thing. Bam. So what do we have in here? So let's actually do file. It's an actual, wait, is that it's still an installer, right? It is a still freaking installer. Okay. So the size of this thing is 28 megabytes, right? So it's rather big, but I mean, it's just whatever. So in terms of dependencies, it's a statically linked, holy shit. So do I have a new cam as well? No, I don't have a new cam. It's just like I usually crop my cam like around this, but I couldn't do that because the way you crop is you hold Alt and drag it around. But in XFCE, if you hold Alt, you actually move the window around, so I couldn't crop myself because of that. It's the stupid. I know it's stupid, but that's the reason. All right, I wanted to do that, but then I couldn't, and I just said, okay, fuck it. Right, so in the full screen it looks like this. So sind dabbing. All right, dabbing on your hairs. So okay, let's get hacked and make it executable, and boom. All right, so that's okay. That's instantly plus. Right. So after the entire rant that I did, that actually went against my rant, and I fucking appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for not treating me like a baby. Like seriously, like I'm saying that unironically. Thank you for not treating me like a baby. For Windows and macOS users, whatever, they are babies, right? Whatever. Like treat them like babies, give them installer with a like next, whatever. But Linux users are serious people. They're doing serious business on their machine. Don't fucking treat them like babies. Give them the tarball, just just the executable, straight to the point, no bullshit. We know how to use file system. Okay, thank you very much. Anyways, so it probably makes sense to actually add that thing to to OPT or to Beans, or I don't fucking know. So let's go here. Might as well maybe create Elm, and so what we have. Yeah, move Elm to OPT Elm, right? So, and afterwards, if I go to bash rc, let's simply add OPT Elm, like so. I wonder now if I do something like this. Do I have Elm? I do. Perfect. We have it in path. Perfect. So let me maybe create Elm. And what do we have? So I saw that it has init command. Let me do something like this. So it has an init command. Let's take a look at it. Elm init help. Init command helps start the Elm project. Okay, so I think I'm gonna actually rename this thing to Elm hello, right? To indicate that I'm just doing hello world, and I'm gonna initialize the thing. So Elm project starts with the Elm JSON file. I can create. Oh my god, hand holding. Let's go. Okay, I created it. Now read that link. Check out for all the answers. Okay. XFCE terminal, by the way, does the links. Okay, I can open it then. XFCE terminal, by the way, right? So opens links and shit. So creating Elm project Elm init is to what is Elm J. What I don't give a shit honestly. Okay, so what do we have here? Elm JSON. So, oh my god. So dependencies: Elm browser, Elm core, Elm HTML. So and there's indirect dependencies: JSON time URL, virtual DOM. I'll need more tea for this shit, bro. Fucking React flashbacks. I think you need to set sensible browser variable or something. Maybe, but I mean, I think it just... I feel like it doesn't open the links when you click on them because you can fat finger that. Right, so when I did like right click and open link, it actually did that. So I think it's intentional actually. I think it's intentional. So src, there's no src, okay. So, but what do I do? Elm build, can I do Elm build? Bump instead, okay. Oh, okay, so it's called Elm make. I can try to make something. Well, at least it didn't take that long. What should I make though? I need specific... Holy shit! Bro. Thank you. It's like, okay, this is great. Like they're saying, okay, I like something unexpected happened, and then they explained what they were expecting. Do they watch my streams? Do they actually watch, like, what the... I swear to God, they watch my streams. Like, I swear, they're doing everything, like, correctly. So... looks like anime devs are watching John. Maybe. So, because in terms of, like... The thing that a lot of language devs forget, right, is that they focus too much on the textual representation of the language, and they don't really think about the whole machinery, right? The whole thing. If you take the whole like compiler, infrastructure, package manager, how this entire thing works together and how overbloated or how simple it is, they never look into that. They don't think it is something important. Right, they only look at the textual representation. Oh, look, we can actually define type classes and build hierarchies of monads, and it's just like it doesn't fucking matter. If the stuff that makes this thing run is crap, nobody will give a shit about your beautiful language. Looking at you, Haskell. Seriously, if the stuff that makes your language run somehow is crap, nobody gives a shit about your beautiful abstractions. Literally nobody. So it's very fucking important. The shit that is outside of the language is as important as the language itself, sometimes even more important. So anyways, like for example, in case of C, right? So the stuff around C kind of is the reason why the language perpetuates itself, because the language is crap, honestly. But it's so ingrained into the software infrastructure that you can't kill it anymore, right? It's just like a metastased into everything, right? So yeah. So speaking of things that is outside of the language, thank you so much. All right. Define tier 1 with the measure Gleam has similar error messages. I'm not looking into the Gleam. People are asking it too much. So all of the languages, if people keep begging me to check a specific language, I'm not checking it. Like, I'm just like out of principle, I'm not checking it. So because it's too fucking easy to abuse for language creators. Language creators can just create like a botnets that run around the streamer chats and comment section and just spam, check that language, check that language, check that language, and the streamers thinks, oh, that language must be popular. If I stream it, I might actually get some views. Fuck that shit. If a certain language being asked to check for too much, I'm not checking it. I'm not fucking checking it. Fuck off. I'm not checking it. I'm only checking the things that I personally find interesting, right? I'm just using only my personal judgment, right? So, and you can't make me check the language just by begging to check it. You just can't make me. Or you can pay me. Like, that's another option, right? So it's just like, yeah. So that's another option. Anyway, so Elm, the reason why I'm checking Elm is that because people don't really ask it that often, and I already checked it, and it's kind of a really weird thing that is different every time you check it. Right, and so I decided to let's give it a try. Maybe it's gonna be different. Maybe it's gonna be different this time. Okay, so we've got some Elms. What a nice folder they got. What a nice fucking folder they got. Elm stuff. Not node module, Elm stuff. You know? So Elm stuff. 0, and this is this. Looks like Elm stuff. I have no idea what the fuck is that. D-dat? D-dat? Why there's no D nuts? So it's probably some sort of like an indices or whatever, right? So it's probably that's what it is. Elm stuff. Elm stuff, Elm stuff. You my Elm stuff. So run Elm reactor in your project now. You can do localhost. Okay, so let's give it a try. Boom. Elm reactor. Okay, so localhost. I remember that actually. I actually remember that. Where's the dark theme? Where's the dark motherflipping theme? So it has its. What's the point of that exactly? Okay. So I have a file manager in my browser. So what? So what? Anyway, cool. I need to write a hello world. So right now we don't have any files in here. Empty file test. Touch main Elm. Empty file. So if I do just Elm make, it will still ask for a specific file. Understandable. Okay, so they already told us that. Okay, so cool. I'm trying to parse the declaration, but I'm getting stuck here. Okay, when a line has no spaces at the beginning, I expect it to be a declaration like of this. Bro. You fucking nailed it. Bro, you fucking nailed it. Oh, this is accepted. Ha! So, pasting this text to the terminal may be dangerous as it looks like some commands may be executed. When you try to copy-paste into the XFCE terminal, it actually prevents you from doing that, and it shows you what is going to be copy-pasted so you can double-check it. Wow. I'm getting surprised by both Elm and XFCE today. Alright, so let's just copy-paste it. Well, and Vim kind of disappointed me. Anyway. So Vim supports the highlights, right? So, okay, so we have grid. But this is obviously not an entry point, right? It's just a function, right? So if I try to build this thing, right? So I need the module name to be declared at the top of this file like this. Okay? Bro, this language passes the empty file test with a flying colors. Like seriously, it's just passing it. Like I started with an empty file. I'm just compiling an empty file, and it just explains me how to build from an empty file. What the fuck? I only theorized about the languages like that, but somebody actually implemented that. Like I've never seen that before. What the fuck is this shit? Wait. Okay. All right. So this is what we need to do in here. Okay. So I'm copy pasting it. What? I never seen anything like that where I start with an empty file and it just explains me how to build the thing from an empty file. I don't know how to run it though. But I mean, we did a thing. We got a success. I got a dopamine hit at least with the word success. Maybe we didn't actually succeed, but I mean, at least I feel rewarded. That's what I'm saying. I feel rewarded. I feel like making a experience for a language is almost like a game design, isn't it? Maybe that's why John is developing his own language. Maybe that's why. Compile one dopamine hit. Yeah, exactly. So, okay, so what happened? We compiled. Did it add anything to SRC? Did it add anything to SRC? No, that doesn't happen. Maybe the only thing this thing did is just said success. I don't fucking know. Anyways, but I literally don't say anything. Is there anything? Maybe it's something in elf stuff? Ooh. We've got some new files, man. Elmo. Okay, so what are those files? LMI. So it's a data. And if I take a look at that, it's a binary data. Okay. LMO. Another binary data. So we compile this to two binary datas. Okay, how do I run it though? And so let's go Elm. So there's a repo. The repo relies on Node.js to execute. We don't have Node.js. Honestly, kind of based. The fact that I don't have Node.js on this machine is kind of based. So yeah, I really like that. I almost want to make a tweet about that, but I'm not going to do that. Maybe I'm going to do that later. Yeah, I don't have a Node.js in Debian. It's called Node.js. 18. Debian. Just saying. So yeah. No, we're not gonna be doing that. So where is my thingy? So let's go to OPT and I'm gonna just double get this thing. Let's go. Oh, that was fast. So let's take a look. Node. All right. So, and let's do X. Cool. So and in Node. No, what? So I actually want to have sort of like a manual NVM, right? So, you know, there's an NVM, like a version manager or something. But since I'm a serious professional Linux user, I know how to use computers and I know how to use symlinks. I don't need hand-holding version managers. I can just download different versions of Node and substitute symlinks. I'm not a web dev. Same. I know how to use computers. Anyways, speaking of symlinks, how do you use symlinks? I forgot. So something like that, right? So yeah, I did it. I actually did it. So yeah, so I just wanted to have Node, and if I want to have like a different versions of Node, I can just substitute it to a different version. I can have several versions in here. Right, so and then in here I can go to bash rc and I just do node bin like so. I'm gonna close it and bro, like literally, like why NVM is a thing. Can anybody fucking explain me why NVM is this thing? Is that because the web devs don't know how to use a fucking computer? Like I can just have several versions in here and I can just substitute them with a symlink. Like yeah, okay, that explains it. More or less, yes. It's so fucking straightforward. So what's funny is that Rust also goes that path by treating its users like babies, to the point that it's almost impossible to just download a Rust compiler without Rust up. Like it's almost impossible. You can't do that. And I'm actually doubt that the Rust developers themselves know how to do that. So the only possible way to install Rust at this point is just like Rust up. That's it. So trying to find the tarballs and stuff like that is just like pointless. Just use Rust up. Like it's impossible. So it's so like in great, like the Rust is very much authoritarian language. It is a very authoritarian language. Like it's like you have to do things like this way and fuck off. Right, so it's insane. But anyways, so we got Node. So I don't have Node in here because it's an old environment. Can I just like do dot bash rc? Will that fuck up my? It will fuck up my environment because it will add additional things to the path. So you know what? I think I can do some shit like this. Who said I can't just do that? I know how to use computers. I know how to use computers. Okay, we're so fucking back. Ripple, let's go. So that's pretty cool. Help. So exit, reset, clear all previous. I wonder if I can like specify something like this. Try. I was not expecting this. Bro, I love the energy Elm brings to the development. It's honestly, it is fun to play with at this point. I don't remember Elm being so fun. I don't remember Elm being so fun, so I don't freaking know. Anyway, so maybe I should actually add whatever I'm doing to the title of the stream, because that's what we're doing, right? Or the compliment. It is a compliment to the dev. I unironically enjoyed it. I unironically enjoyed working with Elm as of right now. I can't scroll in here, but anyway. So checking out Elm. I bought a new laptop, by the way. Alright, so I'm gonna put it like that, and yep. I honestly didn't expect to have such a fun experience. Twitch is still lagging a little bit. I mean, I would expect it to open a little bit faster than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I mean, it's opened within 10 seconds. Bro, do you guys remember the old Casey Muratori rant about Visual Studio, how it opens like within 10 seconds, and because of that he couldn't report that to Microsoft because for them it is fast or something like. Did you guys remember that? It's just like it reminds me that. It reminds me that. So for them, this is fast. Like, this is fast for them. Absolute, yeah, absolute gold. I wonder if we can find that. Like, bro. I don't know. Like, YouTube is super slow right now for me. Okay, so I have to remove that. And in terms of, like, help, it's also fast. Right, so I don't remember Elm being this fast. Oh, I'm using a new laptop, I forgot. Yeah, so new PC stream, let's go, let's fucking go, let's fucking go. How can I load the file? So there's no other commands, because if it's like Haskell, right, usually you can load modules and just play with modules in there. Here, this is, it's not particularly useful. Right, so let's actually maybe open the link in here and see. All right, so you can just play, you can, oh, okay, so you can import things. You can import things, so maybe I can import main. All right, greet. Okay, can I find variable greet? Can I run shell from REPL? Right, because sometimes I want to just check some files, and if I can't do that, can I do something like LSL or LSL like this? Probably I cannot. So one of the cool features of GHCI, and I don't really have a GHCI in here, I wonder if I can quickly install it super quick. Right, so GHC, yeah, it's not that much, but I can install it. One of the cool features of GHCI is that you can run shell commands from REPL. Just to, for example, check some files or whatever. You forgot the name of the file. Right, you can't do that actually. So, but I don't remember how to do that. So I think there was a shell for that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Run the shell command. So essentially, you are within the REPL. You don't want to close the REPL, so you can do something like this, like in Vim. It's super convenient. I think more REPLs should allow this kind of stuff. Right, so because it's like in Vim, you want to quickly like check something, maybe quickly run the command, but you don't want to lose the REPL. So, and my advice to maybe like Elm, just add that, right? So because it's super useful. Right, so import main. So some people suggested exposing. exposing grid, right? So grid. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. That's pretty cool. We can develop shit in it, I suppose. So what kind of stuff can we develop in this thing? So let's actually see. So this is greeting. So if this is like Haskell, we can do some things, right? So maybe I can do some. Right, so here I can accept a bunch of numbers and maybe I can return a number. Right, so some access. Right, so for now I can do 69. Right, so and if I do REPL, import, okay, so we didn't, was expecting to see type next, try putting, yeah, src, yeah, it's a single, okay, I keep forgetting, this is not Haskell, right, so because in Haskell it's double colon and here is the single colon. So again, in terms of, like, I think Haskell REPL is way more convenient in that regard. Because look how I have to switch between the text editor and REPL all the time, right? And it's not particularly convenient, honestly. And Haskell, GHC specifically, actually solved that. So GHCI by itself is kind of already an integrated development environment. It already kind of is, right? So we can actually do something like make dir GHCI hello, right? I can actually show you. So you can basically create main Haskell. It's HS. I haven't programmed in Haskell for quite some time, so I apologize. So module main, right? So and let's maybe add main put strln hello world, right? Something like that. So then you can do, I think you can do something like that, right? Yeah, so you have to put the type that you return in here, so that will work. So no modules loaded. That's a shame, but in any way, what you can do, you can actually edit things. So just a second, I forgot how to do that. So maybe what I have to do is this. Yeah, okay. So and then I can do main and it runs main. But then you can say, okay, edit, or maybe set editor, let's do vim, there we go. Right, so and I can add some things in here. For example, I can add sum, which is integer. So for now I'm not gonna like implement it properly, right? I'm gonna put 69. Then I close it. And as I close it, it recompiles the module that I just edited. So I already have sum. So I can already use sum to some extent. Right, so it's a little bit ambiguous, right? So you can't really distinguish sum from the standard library and sum from our file, but I can change its name to something else, like so. And I recompile it and I have foo, right? So, and it works. Right, so REPL integrates with shell and with the text editor. And it creates this like integrated development environment where you can just like iterate like that. You don't really need any special ID, you can just use REPL. So, and this is one of the cool things of Haskell in terms of tooling, right? So, and I feel like, and GHCI, by the way, is the original like tooling that came with GHC. So the stuff that is very crappy with Haskell was actually built later on top of the good base and kind of ruined it all. Maybe they already fixed it, but I mean, so the base of GHC was actually very small, very simple, and very straight to the point, and I really liked it. I really liked it. But then, like, it's just like they put too much crap on top of it. I think they invited web developers to the team or something like that. Right. Just found out there is a sort of a REPL like that for C. I didn't know what this was before your stream. What is it called? Like, what is it called? Like, I never heard a REPL like that for C. Yeah. So, and then we can maybe do something. So if you have an empty list, it's 0. And then if you have an element like this, you can access full access, right? So this is that. And then you can 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go. You can sum up the numbers within the list. So this is pure functional programming for you, my friend. That's how it's done. It's done through recursion. You do not loop in pure functional programming. IGCC or interactive GCC. Okay, this is interesting. Let's take a look at that. Just a second. Search IGCC. No, it's not a thing. Interesting, but maybe it comes with GCC. Let me see. No. So I'm actually curious. GCC. Let's see. GCC English, please. Integrated gasification campaign cycle. Okay. All right. So maybe I need to add REPL. Okay, interactive GCC, CC++. Okay, so, oh, it's not who I thought. For a second, I thought it's Alexandrescu or something. Okay. Seriously? What the hell is it's Python? What Python has to do with that, bruh? Python kind of ruined it for me. I'm sorry. I'm not using it. Okay. So let me see. So I just wanted to say that it would be kind of cool to have something like that in Elm, but maybe this is not like the official way to work with Elm, right? So maybe this is not an official. Maybe the official one is to work through Reactor, right? So Elm Reactor. So let's go to localhost. Maybe I'm gonna close some of these things. Localhost, let's go. Right. So and it's like the contrast is abysmal, I'm telling you. All right, so I was partially through parsing some type annotation but got stuck here. Was expecting to see type next, try putting int. So it doesn't support this kind of arrays or lists. So lists in Elm are probably different. So this is probably the point at which we have to open maybe some introduction, core language. I think core language is actually kind of important. Functions, if expressions. Okay, so this is the list. And what's the type? If I want to like create a list type, how do I do that? How do I denote the list type? They don't really tell me that. So types, example of a type. List type, probably that's a good idea. So let me maybe try to do something like that. Yeah, it looks about right. So okay, so just saw this type annotation for some, so I was expecting to see the definition here. Type annotation always appears directly above the it's not that, it's actually not that. Yeah, it's like Scala. Okay, so we can just try to remove this thing, make it an identity function. Okay, initializer error, reference platform export not defined. And this is where it failed. Right, so it failed to explain what the fuck it wants from me. So error messages are slowly falling apart, yeah. So we found like I think, considering the high quality of error messages, this kind of error message could be considered a bug, honestly. Given how like well articulated error messages are, this is basically a bug, right? Because I don't fucking know what you mean by that. Like, what the fuck do you want? It's list type. Okay, so let's give it a try. Yeah, so I suppose it is, right? Because it still shows the same error, right? Okay, so but we can try to do the REPL. REPL, Elm, REPL, import main, exposing sum. Okay, can I do 1, 2, 3? And it works. It actually works. Yeah, I kind of I instinctively want to edit this file. But I really can't, right? So I really can't. I wonder, okay, so maybe I can actually have this opened in a different sort of file, right? And modify this entire thing. So if I change it to like this, right? And then I do import one more time, and then, okay, just re-importing actually reloads this thing. So we can have a good experience if we simply like have two things open. Good enough for me, good enough for me. All right, so can I have pattern matching? For instance, if it's an empty list, I return 0. Can I do something like that? Okay, so can I, no, all right, so it probably uses like explicit pattern matching, right? So it probably uses explicit pattern matching. Let's see. pattern matching. How do you do that? Okay, so it's probably through the case. Cool. So what we have to do in here is probably case access, right, off, and if it's empty, we return 0. If it's not empty, we return 420. So how do we end? We don't even end it with anything. Good. So if I try to do that, cool. If it's empty, it's 0. If it contains something, it's 420. Cool. So can I now, so if it's a list, how do I pattern match lists? They don't show me that. They actually don't show me that, but I can try to assume that maybe it's something like this. Right. I think it might be something like this. All right, so some empty. Okay, cool. So that means now I can do some rest. And now if I just do import some empty 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. There we go. Okay, pretty cool. So I'm getting the hang of this language. I'm getting the hang of the language. When recording, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Wars the Prime, you're awesome tuning. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for subscribing. Thank you so much, Team Scar, for the message. Hello, Azozian. Welcome to the new Lappy Club. Thank you. Right. Thank you. Cool. So I know how to iterate things. Is Elm lazy? Does anybody know? Elm wiki. Is Elm lazy? Why is it in Russian? Annoying Google. Google cannot comprehend that people can speak more than one language. It's just like it's impossible for them to comprehend. All right, so evaluation like lazy. I heard beep. Why did you fucking beep at me? All right. Evaluation. It beeps. Yeah, it beeps at me. It doesn't say lazy. The machine is alive. So many subs. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. Do we have any professional Elm developers in the chat? Is Elm lazy or... My monitor just died. Is Elm lazy or not? Like, I have no idea. How can we figure out this enigma? Right. Is it lazy? I don't know. It's like we don't fucking know. Above Seagull, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so I guess I'm gonna assume that it's not. It speaks to you. Okay, yeah. Elm is not lazy. Thank you so much. You subscribe just to tell me that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Because if it's lazy, we could try to maybe do some Fibonacci development or whatever. Okay, so but all of that is kind of boring because as I know, the sort of main feature of Elm is that you can do web development in it, right? So it's also a web framework, right? It's not lazy, but it does carrying. Carrying is not really related to the order of evaluation. It's kind of like orthogonal things, right? But I see what you mean, right? So it kind of pretends to be Haskell, but it's not really Haskell. I see. All right, fair enough. Can I quit? Yeah, I can quit. So Ripple could have been a little bit more featureful. Let's put it this way, right? So this is one of the remarks I can make. Ripple could have been a little bit more featureful. Commands and subscriptions. I see. It's sort of like a reactive system or something. It's a reactive code editor. Sublime, whatever. Don't care. Web apps. How do we develop web apps? So far we have been creating Elm programs with, well, I didn't see that. Okay, so Elm architecture. Okay, so it's based on the events, right? So the system receives a message and returns HTML. And I suppose the whole application is just a single function from message to HTML and also probably accepts the state. Right, so it's a classical sort of like a functional reactive model or whatever, right? So nothing particular. Yeah. There we go. It accepts the model. I can already see that. It's a fucking classic. Right. So whatever. So import browser. then import a bunch of HTMLs and stuff like that. So we define main and browser sandbox. We provide two functions: initialize, update. Classic. I've seen that multiple times. Init creates the model, right? The state of your application. Update is handling the messages and have a function from model to model, and view is does not modify the model but returns the HTML. It's kind of like a love2d in some sense, right? So, but it's pure functional. Yeah, I already worked with this kind of model, right? So, is browser sandbox a monad? Maybe, I don't know. We can't really know. I'm not sure if it even has models. I think in Elm you can just have side effects, right? Like in OCaml, right? Because OCaml just pretends to be pure functional, but then you can just have side effects if you want. Right? I think that's the case. Anyways, that's the case. Anyways, that's the case. Anyways. Okay, so I need to. Where's my browser? Here it is. So we first need to import browser. So here's the browser. And I think that's about it. So I'm going to just do main, right? And in the main, can I just simply do nothing, right? So browser sandbox. It's kind of annoying that I have to do it like that. It would be kind of cool if Elm supported the same feature as in JavaScript, where if you initialize the field with the same name as the variable that you have, you can just do it like that. It would be kind of cool if you could just do it like that. Like, I would really appreciate that, honestly. Yeah, it would be much more convenient, but I don't know. Maybe there are some things that prevent us from doing that. Right. So type alias like init is a model. Yeah, we can do that. So we initialize in the model with just 0. Right, so this is just 0. We can use it as a counter or something like that. I don't think I want to do aliases, right? Let's actually do that without any aliases to keep the you know, the syntax noise to minimum. Right. So updating. So updating is just we're defining two sort of messages. So this is enumeration, right? So this is enumeration. So that's our enumeration, and when we are updating, yeah, we're just incrementing or decrementing the whole thing. Pretty straightforward, honestly. Honestly, pretty straightforward. I only wish Vim wasn't fucking up this shit all the time. All right. So, and when we are viewing, we're just building HTML out of the model, right? So we're just building HTML out of the model, and HTML is in a very scuffed way. Right, because we don't have JSX or LMX. Right. To be fair, something like JSX would have been very useful in here, I think. So button on click. Oh, you can specify, right? So on click, you must send this message that you define in here. Right, and yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I probably need to import a bunch of other things, right? So like in here. Cool. So, and if I try to do Elm make, will it work? Yeah, so I have to make main Elm. All right, yeah. So it doesn't support that syntax, so I have to explicitly just do this stupid thing. That will be kind of cool improvement for Elm, honestly, in all honesty. I think it will be kind of a cool improvement. All right, so in the model, yeah, okay, so I replaced model with just integer, right? I decided not to go with that alias. Right, so because of that, it's just an integer. And okay, wait, this motherfucker just created and it... Shut the fuck up. Really? It just created... Wait, let me take a look. Oh, don't fucking tell me that it's self-contained and stuff. Guys, I'm starting to suspect that creator of Elm is not really a web developer. I think they're an actual software engineer who just happened to make web technologies. Because this is not a web mindset. This is a proper software engineering mindset. As much as I don't like web technologies, and it is kind of overbloated and stuff like that, the single self-contained statically linked executable, the thing that just like creates your self-contained, so it all towards self-containment, self-efficiency. This person is not web developer. This is not a web development mindset. This is a software engineering website. I think they just like happen to work on this project, right? So, and they're probably working somewhere at, I don't know, at Epic, right? Doing some sort of like a, you know, hardcore C++ development. This is not a web development mindset, like straight up. So pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. So if we open HTML, right? So this is what we got, and yeah, it just works. Motherfucker just works. Motherfucker just works without, bro. You don't understand. It doesn't even need a web browser. Like for real. This motherfucker doesn't need a web browser. It's straight up from the file. It's a straight up from the file. So I know a software engineer when I see one. I know this is not a web developer. This is a proper serious software engineer that just happened to work with web technology because, you know, life is complicated, right? So sometimes you have to work with this kind of stuff. But I mean, I appreciate the mindset. I really appreciate the mindset of the creator of it. This is very fucking cool. Okay. Yusu. So what else can we do? Can I just do canvas shit? So maybe we should make a small break, chat. Am I gonna be uploading that to YouTube? I don't fucking know. Like, because I've done a lot of like random shit, so I don't think I'm gonna be uploading to YouTube. Whatever. So I'm not gonna be doing like whatever. So let's just like make a small break and yeah. So do I even have any music? Do I even have any music? I didn't think I have any music. Just fuck am I doing? Right. So do I have music? And I think what I want. Thank you so much for all of the subs. Thank you. So I wanted to do maybe even rsync avz, right? So I don't remember what I think A means for archive mode, right? So it just like archives things. V is verbose and Z compress, right? And then I can do a SSH URL. So rexim at B590. This is my old laptop, 10 years old laptop. It's still alive. It's still working right here. It's sitting here. I can SSH into this thing. So in its home folder, there's a music and there's a folder panger. And I'm saying, okay, sync that folder to here, please. I don't have rsync. Okay, understandable. Let's just install it then. Rsync. So I could use SCP, but rsync, it allows you to actually synchronize. So if there's any files modified, it's not going to be re-downloading them or anything like that. So, okay. So I'm just downloading the music folder. So I'm just bringing the music from my old laptop to here. Man, like being able to SSH to your machine is fucking overpowered, honestly. I have no idea how Windows users like cope with that when they buy a new laptop. They probably have to go through the hoops of like a Microsoft OneDrive or shit like that, right? So they have to upload it to a cloud or anything. The shit I'm doing right now works without the internet. If my internet goes down, if I don't pay my bills, right, so I will still be able to sync between the laptops. I'll still be able to sync between the laptops because, again, we Linux users know how to use computers because we're doing serious stuff in them, right? And serious stuff, serious business requires control. You must control your infrastructure. You have two computers connected to the local networks. They must be able to send file to each other, period. They must be, you control, this is your router, this is your computer, this is your computer, all of it connected. You should be able to send files from one computer to another without any internet, without any middleman, period. If you're not doing that, you're not doing anything serious on your computer. That's it. I said it. I fucking said it. I fucking said it. So you can be mad at me, but that's just truth. If you hate me, this is because I'm telling truth. Anyways, do I have MPV? I think I don't have MPV. I do have MPV, look at that. So, anyways, so you can do that on Windows, okay, right? So I just wanted to rant, nothing special. I just wanted to rant as usual. Small break. 5 minutes. This is too fucking. Why is it scaling like that? This is so weird to be honest. So let's actually try maybe. Bro, I forgot how to use computers. I was bragging about using computers, I forgot how to use them. Just a second. Alright. So I think I can actually remove that. Small break. 5 minutes. So we have that. And then I can do Suwon. I don't have Suwon actually installed in the path. But maybe I don't have to. Maybe I can do a little bit of a thing where I just do Suwon. Boom! Look at that. I did it. We're good. Alright. Smug, and yeah, have fun. Yo, what is up, meine Freunde? It's Sunny aus Luxembourg. So I think I can actually bring it down a little bit in here as well, so it doesn't echo too much from my headphones. Because that's one of the things that may happen. Yeah. We're steeping that C for 5 minutes as well. And I actually want to bring this thing to the top, so it's going to be always on top. And this one, I'm going to restart it as well. So it's always on top. So whatever we do, it's always on top. And I would like to bring the chat, but unfortunately, how can I set it up so I don't see the moderation stuff? Messages code in auto mode. I think I want to remove that. Yeah. Because it was kind of funny, right? So by default it just shows messages code in auto mode, and there's just like N words in there and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird, but anyway. Do you get a lot of people requesting your lecture? Yes. A better thing you can do is just don't request me anything, like at all. Just enjoy the streams. Right, I will check some good shit when the time comes. Just like Billy Harrington. So we should be doing a new project. Now you can try some awesome Java ecosystem. Exactly. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who actually supported me and donated to me, because without that I won't be able to buy this laptop. So I really fucking appreciate that. So it was just a lifesaver. No, i3. Yeah, I thought I'm gonna be enjoying XFCE, but I kind of got used to i3 so much that I can't use XFCE anymore. I used to use XFCE a lot. Right, but I kind of miss i3, so I think I'm gonna switch to i3 at some point. So doesn't matter which language, streams are always enjoyable. Yeah, to be fair, language really doesn't freaking matter that much. Doesn't freaking matter. So I'm trying to think about saying something profound right now, but I kind of like can't. So so I had, I think, part A5 something something. The screen fell apart in like year because plastic case. This one is aluminum case and broke under its own weight. I hope this one better. Yeah, so this one is better because it's aluminum. I actually paid a decent price for it, specifically. I wish you reviewed the laptop and Twitter like Jonathan Blowdog. Maybe, I don't know. So we'll see, actually, we'll see. I took your pinned tweet to heart and to not care about the languages I use, and I feel free. You're welcome. You're actually welcome. To be fair, I feel like if I paid enough, I can be professionally working as a VB script developer. Like, I honestly don't care anymore. So this is a programming language, it's Turing complete. It has some quirks. I worked with a lot of languages with quirks. So what? Whatever. Honestly, it's a programming language. Programming is programming. Over time you kind of like learn to accept that. You hear a strong force? It is typed fourth variant, looks interesting. Does it actually analyzes all of the control paths like Porth does? And does it do that in a exponential time like Porth? So funny part is VB is dying even in Microsoft, right? Yeah, so, nope. Yeah, exactly. This is the main problem in here, like a no porn folder. So I should switch back to i3. I really need to switch back to i3 because like, I need to bring back the Panger folder. It's actually now Panger folder. So I tried using C3 later by compiling more than one file. A project sucks. The forced usage of C3 for a project is awful. Yeah, I do agree with that. So if you don't want to use their project thing, you kind of fall back to compiling things one by one, which is basically like an experience that you have with C. So yeah. But I mean, learner is very authoritarian dev, so whatever he said, like that's how you do that. So that's how you do that. So what window manager? This is XFC. I freaking should have not lifted off this subscription mode. People are asking shallow questions again. God fucking damn it. So are you gonna do customizing i3 stream to feed it to, well, I mean, I never customized my i3 in this laptop. Like I literally never customized it, except the signs at the bottom. So anyway, I think my tea is ready. So I'm gonna be grabbing the tea, gripping the tea. Okay, and let's actually bring this stuff in here. Boom. Yo, what's up, epic pingers? How's it going? Are you guys pinging? Are you guys ponging? More seriously, what do you think of Elm so far? I wouldn't use it in production. That's what I'm thinking about it. It's a very cool thing, but I don't see myself using it in production. Because I feel like I have little control about the output. You know what I mean? Even though it outputs this cool self-contained blob of HTML, I don't feel like this is enough control for me over that blob of HTML. So, as of right now, I wouldn't use it for production, unless I regain the feel of control of what the hell is going on. Because there's a lot of magical thing happening with Elm, as you noticed, right? A lot of magical things. It has this reactor, which is file browser. The Elm stuff is not just like node modules. The good thing about node modules, right? So it's rare when you can say good things about node modules, but I can say one good thing about node modules is that you understand what the fuck it is. It's just a collection of packages, like downloaded, and it also has .bin, which is where all of the binary things are put. And it's very easy to understand. Elm stuff, I have no idea what the fuck is Elm stuff. Alright, so like it has a lot of these magical things that take away control, at least the feel of control from me. So that's what I think about it. It's cool, but I don't see myself using it. Right, so I can see some other people using it, but I'm not going to be using it myself. Is that a good assessment so far? Because we haven't finished yet. So, but this is the assessment I have so far. So it's kind of a shame that Elm is essentially abandonware now. Oh, okay. That's understandable. Oh, it still says that I'm checking out libcell. Maybe I can actually fix that. Okay, so I'm probably not going to be saving that. Let me close that, and let me also let's remove same as other windows and musec. I wonder, I'm gonna bring you guys in here if I can super quickly SSH to my machine and just fix that. I'm gonna be showing you what I'm doing in here though. Right, because it's a secret confidential stuff. All right. Checking out, maybe I'm gonna say testing out my new laptop. I had to SSH to my old laptop, and from that old laptop SSH to my VPS, from which I can actually modify the database of the bot. Right, and essentially that should actually allow me to do this kind of thing, testing out my new laptop, right? So professional software developer, by the way. Professional software developer, how about that? Bet you didn't expect that. So yes. Cheers. So, man, I really like being able to like have like a small local network of like 3-4 computers, and then just SSH in between them, just like setting up some stuff and whatever, making like a programs to talk to each other. It's just like you feel like in control of small piece of the internet. This is so fucking cool. This is something that we kind of lost these days, right? But this is something that we had in the past, right? So I remember the times when I had local networks, but we didn't have an internet. So we had a thing where we would connect our house, all of the apartments in our house, to a local network, right? And so everyone within the house could like communicate each other. We could play intranets, yeah, exactly, intranets. So we could play games there, like CS or whatever, right? But we didn't have internet, right? But at the same time, we had like a shared file share place, right? If somebody got new cool content, they could upload it there. So some maybe movies, some music, and games, whatever. That was cool, right? So it was just like a small piece of internet that you control. So kind of like losing that. Like all of the infrastructure is now controlled by big tech corporation. Big dick corporation. No. Big dick invented balls to sell these nuts. What the fuck did I just say? Anyways, let's see. So the question is, how easy it is to self-explore Elm? You guys know what I mean? Essentially, I can open this thing, and I can see that there's module HTML, and that module HTML has buttons, div text, but what else does it have? I have no idea. How can I explore that? Is there any way for me to locally check it out somewhere? So there's Elm stuff, okay. So in here, yeah, so I remember downloading some files. So in SRC, I definitely didn't add anything. Right, so maybe it's something within the home folder. I'm gonna enable everything within the home folder, and I'm gonna grab specifically for Elm. Right, I'm grabbing specific. Okay, so there is a .elm folder, which is kind of cool. So maybe this is where I can look for things. Okay, so there are packages. That's cool. So Elm packages. Browser. Okay, so there's the HTML. I can go here. So what else do we have in here? So all right. So fair. So HTML Elm. So I can read some stuff in here, which is cool. Do you have Canvas? You do have Canvas. Like, what is it? So it's you have to provide a list of attributes, and you have to provide a list of HTML message, right? So represents a bitmap area for graphics rendering. I don't really understand what the fuck is the second argument in here, honestly. But it returns an HTML. So one of the attributes I probably want to have in here is maybe an ID, right? So then I can have an access to it. So yeah, I suppose these are the children. Yeah, these are the children, right? So whether you have this thing or not, right? So we can just introduce maybe Canvas, and I'm not gonna give it any attributes, but I'm also not gonna give it anything, any body, right? So, and let's see if that's gonna be enough. Right, so I'm gonna just save it in here. And how do you recompile this entire stuff? I suppose it's just like elm make. right, this is cmain. It didn't like canvas because you also have to sort of you know, open it in here. So this is canvas. All right. Let's try to make it. Okay, Chromium. So you're probably supposed to use a reactor, right? So you're supposed to use their reactor thingy. So Elm reactor. Let's actually open it up. And where is the browser? Here is the browser, localhost. Here it is. So the contrast is horrible. But if I open Elm, here it is, and I probably here have the canvas. Do I have the canvas in here? I think I do. So here's the canvas. Can I increase the size of this entire thing? So I'm gonna keep the DevTools in here. Majority of the space is gonna be taken by DevTools, so I don't have to do the, you know, dark theme or anything like that. Right, so here's the canvas. That's pretty cool. The question is now, how do I add ID? So here is this kind of thing. So there is attribute. So let's actually try to find what is an attribute. How do you define an attribute? Attribute, it's a virtual DOM attribute. It's part of the virtual DOM. So, and where can we find the virtual DOM? Is that another package in here? It is in fact another package. So why do we have two packages in here? That's kind of weird already. So here's the attribute. Let's take a look at what's the definition of the attribute. Maybe there is a type attribute. Yeah, there we go. So it's an attribute. Okay. So using HTML and JS, there are two ways to specify parts of the DOM mode. Attribute can set things and ship. It feels like this could be automatically generated in a more readable documentation somewhere, chat. I think that could be a thing somewhere, and I wonder where. So where can we have documentation? Maybe Elm. Wait a second. Does Elm have any documentation command? I don't think so. It would. You know what would be kind of cool actually? Elm doc or something, like a, you know, a cargo doc, like a cargo doc. So then I could just, like, you know, browse documentation for these things. So it would be kind of interesting. But let me see. So this is probably not the place where I want to be looking at, because I need the documentation to explore all of these things. So the guide, but great performance. I honestly don't care. Packages. Okay, so here is the packages. And I want to search probably for HTML. Right. So here's the HTML. Okay. So HTML attribute. Okay. Okay. This is exactly what I wanted. Bruv. The only thing I wish I had is dark mode for this thing. The only thing I wish I had. The problem, the dark mode. Does Firefox has a built-in dark mode? I don't think so. So Firefox built-in dark mode. Dark Reader. The thing is, Chromium has a built-in under the dark mode in Firefox. How to get built-in dark mode for web content? Exactly. I honestly don't understand why it is an extension. Can you get the video? I tried to. Okay, so this is not a thing. There's no built-in one. It just like makes it slow, but I already have a good computer. So dark reader, maybe that thing. Dark reader. So this is the official one, right? So I think that's the one. So dark reader for Firefox. So this is the official one, and yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah, add to Firefox. Will I have permission to access your data full website? Access browser tabs. Virus, yeah. All right, so okay, cool. So do we have better shit now? I think we do. We got pwned. Okay, so that means so these are the attributes. So that means you should have things like ID. All right, ID is nuts. So the order is kind of weird. Like I put canvas after the button, right? But then I don't fucking know. So let me see. ID. We're gonna call it a game, right? So this is a game, and now I can refresh this entire thing and what do we have? And okay, so it says something. It cannot find unable to connect because we don't have a reactor. All right, so Elm reactor. Let's actually bring it in here and we're gonna refresh it. So it doesn't know ID because we never actually exported that thing anywhere. But that thing specifically is a part of the HTML attributes. So I suppose we need to import HTML attributes exposing ID. So, and I think that is going to actually work. Yes, it did. So this is absolutely bizarre. Oh, it's because the buttons are located in this place. Okay, so you know what? Let's actually go ahead and remove all of the button stuff that we put in here. I don't think it's needed anymore, right? So it was there just to demonstrate, just for the testing purposes, right? So we're gonna have only canvas in here. And if we take a look at this entire stuff, so here is the canvas. So the question is, what can we do with the canvas? Is there any way to get the context or something? Like, I'm really curious, actually. So if I do canvas, right, represent bitmap area for graphics rendering. So, shut the fuck up, context. I didn't see any way to get the context of this thing. Right, I didn't see any way to do that. Does anybody know? So there's attributes, there's events. That is very interesting. Because so far it feels like because canvas is a rather complicated thing, so you need to do a lot of shit. Just like you need to get the context, then from the context you can do some other things and so on and so forth. And I feel like this simplistic library actually exposes any information on that. I don't think it exposes any information on that, unfortunately. So we can try to maybe search for that within the packages, right? So what do we have in here? So it's hello, right? So and we can go to here. So this is the packages. And here's the Elm. So I can simply maybe go to HTML and just grab for like literally get context, right? So, and there's no mention of get context anywhere in here. Honestly, maybe I should install ripgrep because it's slightly faster. So do I have a ripgrep? Super quick. All right, so let's install that. So, all right. So, and I can do vim, actually RG, right? So this is RG, there's nothing. But maybe there's something in the virtual DOM. Get context. No, there's nothing. So, no. In the entirety of the packages, there's nothing. Okay, so there's something about the context. What about 2D? Yeah. I feel like you can't do any canvas shit just from here. I feel like you just can't do that. Right. I think this is not a thing. So maybe we need to do like extra packages somewhere. So if I go to Elm packages, we can try to do canvas. Elm canvas, okay. So raster Elm canvas 2D drawing API based on DOM canvas supports JS functions with return value. So they're using, what they're doing probably is they're using their FFI. Right, so they're using FFI. So let's take a look at the source code of what exactly they're doing there. And I'm really curious. Okay, canvas elm. Canvas elm. So canvas value, renderable, clear shapes, blah 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 blah. Okay. So to HTML, you just do HTML stuff in here. Clear. Add settings. All right. So let me see. So I feel like the FFI between JavaScript and Elm is a little bit of an ass. So it's CE. What the fuck is CE? There was a documentation on about JavaScript, FFI. So let's actually go to the guide. So there was something JavaScript interop. I forgot the word. Okay, so let's actually read about that one. But then we have seen the Elm architecture types, commands, subscriptions, and we even have Elm installed locally. But what happens when you need to integrate with JavaScript? Maybe there is a browser API that does not have equivalent Elm package yet. Maybe you want to, well, yeah, I understand the reason why I might want to do that. Compile to JavaScript. Okay, so output main.js. Embedding into, okay. Wait, what? I don't get it. So chapter interrupt mechanism. Okay, flags. So I can just run it, but how do I run my own thing? This is bizarre. This is kind of bizarre. So I guess maybe this is why this language never really succeeded, because it's just like, okay. The demos that they hit you at first are rather cool, but you start to go deeper and deeper and deeper, and it kind of starts to fall apart. It's just like it kind of starts to fall apart. It's just like, I don't know. Okay, it's compiled to JavaScript, but then how do I call JavaScript from Elm? Right, I want to call JavaScript from Elm, not the other way around. Like, I don't see it. Like, what the fuck is going on? I'm sorry. So it's just like custom elements or whatever. Okay, so you can do some, yeah, creating custom elements, and it's a ass. Oh my god, it's just like, bruh. Nah. Honestly, don't want to be dealing with that. So there's ports, okay. So ports in JavaScript. So yeah, it's a classical situation when you have two worlds, right, that need to interop with each other, but they're so dramatically different worlds that there is so much friction between them, and it's just like you end up not wanting to interact, right? If you are entirely in an Elm world, you don't want to be doing JavaScript, right? So, but the thing is that a lot of useful code is written in JavaScript, right? So. I don't want to be dealing with it. It's just like, I look at that, maybe it's easy when you get a hang of it, but it's just like, why? Like, why should I waste my time on a language that I don't plan to use and deal with a high friction API, and I'm not even paid for doing that. It's not like I'm doing that for a job or anything. It's just like, I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. And that's probably why Elm never succeeded. Like, literally, like right in front of you. It's just like, I look at that, no. It's a cool demo, right? So cool concept. So, It's everything I have to say. So, is that a good assessment of Elm? Because I'm not going any further. I just like, I don't want to do that. So that's my assessment of Elm as of right now. Honestly, yeah. So even though it keeps changing every time, I think it got abandoned enough that this is roughly the same experience that I had last time, I think. Yeah. The fact that it's just a single executable is actually kind of cool. So I wonder what they compile it with. What is it written in? I'm curious. So where's the GitHub? Doesn't even have a GitHub on the front page. Okay, Okay. So compiler, it's written in Haskell. Okay, so that explains why it's like statically linked, because it's written in Haskell. All right, fair enough. And the last commit was last year ago. So yeah, it's abandoned. It's basically abandoned. Anyways, that's about it. It's interesting how people keep asking me over time about Elm. It's like, and I tried it every time, and every time it's a huge disappointment. It's just like, do people who ask about languages like know what they're even asking? When people ask me to try a language, do they even program in that language themselves, or is it just like oh, I heard a random word on, you know, on a hacker news, that means it's the next big thing. I'm not gonna be learning that, but I think it's the future. It's like with Rust, isn't it? Like, you won't believe how many fucking times I heard people unironically say, I don't know Rust and I don't plan to learn it, but I think it's the next big thing and everyone should learn it. People like unironically with straight face saying it like that every single fucking time. It's fucking insane. It's just like, and when you start arguing them with a position, from a position of a person who programmed extensively in Rust, they get very fucking defensive, even though they admit they don't know Rust. And they're trying to convince you, who has experience in Rust, that no, you don't understand, Rust is the next big thing and you should be programming Rust. Bro, I programmed in Rust, I know it's all of its shortcomings. No, it's perfect. Like, but you never programmed. No, I think it's a big thing. It's just like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, can anybody explain me, like, what exactly going on through the head of people who are doing it like that? So it's just like, I don't understand. Anyway. Wow, that's so cool. Everyone needs to use it. Continuous programming with Python. Yeah. Is CBT going to be the next big thing? You mean custom build tool? So GitHub sodding CBT. Custom build tool. Yeah, I created some time ago a custom build tool. So that's what it is. CBT. I was trying to recreate make files. I don't think it's going to be the next big thing because it's not particularly usable in my opinion. Again, in Rust, I like the way how one could tell the program was written in Rust, because it's usually the first thing in docs. Yeah, what's funny is that this hype around Rust was literally the same for Haskell 10 years ago. And where's Haskell now? Well, it's used to write Elm in it. That's already something. But who uses Elm? So Rust is in the kernel, Haskell is not. Yeah. It's really fucking disgusting how, like, people just use the fact that Rust is in the kernel as some sort of like a, you know, tribal token, as some sort of an achievement. And they always talk it in a way that it's all obvious that they want Rust in the kernel, not because they want to solve some problems in the kernel, but because it gives them an ability to say, Rust is in the kernel, shut the fuck up, bitch. This is fucking disgusting, honestly. This is straight up fucking disgusting. Some people are so preoccupied with playing these stupid social games that they forget that they need to solve actual problems. It's like, it's fucking insane, honestly. This is the shit that will bring down the civilization. Alright, so I suppose the laptop works fine. And that's what we can say for sure. The laptop works fine. So the stream went well. We didn't have any problems so far, which is great. So I guess it's time for me to go. Thanks everyone who's watching right now. I really appreciate that. Have a good one, and see you on the next recreation programming session with a Mr. I'm trying to create a new scene. Okay. With a Mr. Zozin. So I need to next scene with like a, you know, black screen or something. So yeah, love you. Mwah.